You must hustle. You must work non-stop. You must be obsessed with success. At least this is what a lot of people are preaching online. One of the people who say these things online is Gary Vee, or at least he used to, because I feel that he modified his message a little bit, or at least he clarified it with time, but is known for proclaiming the hustle culture. And if you feel that you want to have a successful coaching business, but you don't want to work non-stop, you also want to enjoy life, well, stay right here. I'll be right back. Okay, let's break this down, because not everybody is Gary Vee and not everybody aspires to be. Don't get me wrong, I love that guy. I truly do love him and I resonate with most of the things that he says. He's so inspirational. But when he talks about working 24/7 and hustling and working hard day and night, weekends, and be everywhere to build your brand and hustle, I'm tired just thinking about it, just talking about it. Thankfully, not everybody wants to be an influencer. Many of us just want to live on purpose while helping others and making 6 or 7 figures. Actually, how much money would you like to make next year? Claim it and tap it in the comments. And keep watching if you want to end the content race, the hustle culture, but still want to have results in your business. I remember one of Gary Vee's interviews where he shared that he built his audience from scratch, and he did that replying also to all the comments he had on Twitter personally while on a plane. Well, I just got back from Italy, and although we purchased that $35 internet for the whole flight, it was a long flight, and honestly, I didn't have the strength to work. I wanted to enjoy my family. I wanted to be with my daughter, who required my whole attention. I had to be her play buddy. We also watched a movie. I talked to my husband. I truly enjoyed my vacation. My point is, not everyone is a single man obsessed with their job, just doing that all day, all night long. A lot of us want to work, hustle, work on our purpose, and yes, putting in the work, but also enjoy things in life. To be successful, it requires a little bit of obsession, for sure, but you determine how to spend your time. You dictate your rules, the frequency and the format of your content. You're not working for social media. They're trying to keeping us on the apps and making us addicted. But you can still make 6 figures not conforming to the trends, not being omnipresent in every platform at all times. If you want to become a profitable coach, subscribe here to learn how to stop the hustle, bustle, and overwhelm and start getting paid very well to change people's lives. Gary Vee also talks about repurposing, which I love and agree 100%. But then he says, document versus create. Okay, well, not everybody has the time to go around the city and get footage while talking or while at work. There's a lot of 9-to-5ers who are starting their coaching business from scratch at night, and the only time that I have to create is the 2 hours before the kids are going to bed. And not everybody has the time for that, and maybe not everybody wants to do that because they want to enjoy their family on the weekends and they don't have time to take pictures or footage or anything with their frappuccino while they're walking happily on the streets and their husband taking the footage for them because they can't afford anybody else. And oh, I've been there, I've done that. Poor husband. Thankfully he doesn't have to do that anymore because there are other ways to do it. I am not telling you that you have to create all the time. There are smarter ways to do it. And I can talk about this in another video. Let me know if you would like to hear that. But you don't have to showcase your personal life if you don't want to. There are many people who are showing their kids. I decided not to. I did it in the past on some social media. But what I have to say goes beyond. My brand talks for me other ways. I have things that I can teach, and so therefore you're in charge if you want to do that or not. So you have options. You don't have to document necessarily your life. Does it make sense? There are people who just want to enjoy their screaming kids. Sometimes I can't make videos because there's my daughter at home and I have to give her my full attention. And so there's people like Gary Vee telling you to work on weekends, which I personally do sometimes, but you don't have to if you organize yourself a certain way. You don't have to conform to what other people are saying in order to be successful. You have to find your way to find success. As I said, I do work on weekends sometimes. And I agree that you need to put time and energy for the things that you desire. But there are other ways to succeed without the hustle and bustle. And also because you determine what success looks like to you. And it might not even be monetary. It could be serving 3 high-end clients per month, or working part-time, or living in a beach town and going to ceramic class in the afternoon. You know what I mean? What does success look like to you? Let me know in the comments. Content is important. It's king. It will help you build your business. It will help grow your brand, becoming known for what you do. But how many people do you know? Perhaps this is you, I know it was me, who posts every day, multiple times per day perhaps, with 0 results. It's not about the quantity, but it's about the quality. Frequency is super important, but quality is even more. I'd rather you posting once per week rather than every day and posting to crickets. Creating content doesn't have to drive your whole existence. You dictate your rules. Not the algorithm, not the new trending app, no one. It is possible to build a 6-figure coaching business without being online 24/7, without having a team or a husband who follows you around, without creating content every day. But who am I to say all this? Before creating my 6-figure coaching business, I was hustling and grinding, and I got burnt out so many times. And I was taking home less money than I was making as a restaurant waitress. I loved working. I still do, but now it's different. I took pride in how many hours I was working, in how busy I was. Truth is that I didn't have anything to show up for. The results didn't justify all the time that I spent on things that didn't work. It took a lot of mindset work and perhaps some healing too, to understand subconsciously that the hard work was not healthy, and I could have better results working less time. When I stopped the grind and applied the right strategies, that's when my income doubled, actually tripled. I spent more time with my family, and people started connecting with me, resulting in more clients. Maybe it's because I'm Italian and I like to enjoy life differently. But there are other ways to build a 6-figure business without grinding and without sharing what you're having for brunch in your stories every day. I want this to be very clear. I do not believe in those coaches who are claiming to make millions just working 4 hours per week with ease and flow, in being in the feminine energy without any action, just clients and money are coming to them. I just visualized and I just got poof, a notification, $100,000 in my PayPal without any effort, just somebody who went on my website, and just found me. Sure, it can happen one time, twice, maybe you, I don't know, but that's not sustainable. You can definitely make 8 figures working 4 hours per week, for sure, but not at the beginning. It is possible for them now because they're working their zone of genius. They have a team and they have system and processes in place, and so they just direct the operations. But let's be honest, if you're not at the level, you need to put in the work and the right strategies in place. I believe that many people like Gary Vee, me included, value themselves through the work that they do, through the success and achievements. And I'm not talking about necessarily the monetary aspect of it, but which is very dangerous, by the way, value yourself based on how much money you make. But it's equally dangerous valuing yourself based on the amount of work that you put into your business, how busy you are. Because at the end of the day, the truth is that you're valuable and lovable, not based on what you do. You are valuable and lovable just because you are. Most people value themselves based on different things. I'll give you an example. My mom values herself based on how much she cleans her house. I know it's weird, but it's the truth. So if the house is not clean, she won't go out. That's all she talks about. Cleaning and cooking, how busy she is and how tired she is because she cleaned all day. Because if you dig deep, her mom, her family, ta nonna, was rewarding her, never told her you're so good or anything, but that was the way she received love from my nonna. And so for her, it's the most important thing of all. My mom was doing that because she felt more accepted and loved that way. And that's what we all do. We do things to make us feel accepted and loved. I remember my dad repeating this sentence to me very often. Il lavoro nobilita l'uomo, which means working makes the man noble. And my parents never really pushed me into working hard or the hustle, never really loved me because of that reason. But perhaps it was a way for me to getting out of that mediocre situation, family, city, circumstances, and working made me feel that I could do that. I could have a chance in life, like for a lot of people, right? It made me feel more accepted and more respected. And so the more I was working, the more I was arriving places. I don't know where, because you don't arrive anywhere. Actually, you go back home, right? But that way made me feel more important. And in a way, there was a part of me that felt the need to save them, to get them out of that situation, to help them financially, etc. Which at the end of the day, I realized now that I'm successful, that I achieved my level of success. There's always like different type of, levels, but that I achieved what back in the day was a dream. That you cannot help people if they don't let you. Not even with money, not even with healing, not even with nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's their decision. I love my job. I truly do. I lose track of time when I'm working. The hustle culture is ingrained in me. The more I do, the more I achieve, the better. But now I know that I am now more valuable, more important, more lovable if I achieve more, if I make more, if I post more, or even if I spend the weekend working. I am valuable, lovable, and worthy of it all, not because of what I do, but because I exist. Because I am. And the same goes for you. Working hard can be addictive, such as posting on social media all the time. We all know that those likes and comments and engagement, whoa, they spike our dopamine level all the way up. But if you're watching this, you probably don't care much about likes, honestly. I mean, it's nice to have, right? But what you care about is to make a difference in the world and make money while at it. Right? And so we need to take breaks. We need to recharge batteries. Also because when you do that, you come back even stronger. You come back even clearer on what you want to do. I just came back from Italy and I took a month-long break from social media and I'm so fired up. In fact, this video probably is the longest video I've ever made. I hope this was helpful, and if you want to create an online coaching program and sell it fast, go watch the free training that I created for you in the comments, where you are going to learn a few steps, the most important steps on how to end the content rat race and the overwhelm to make your first or second or third or next 10K per month. And you're gonna do that in a much easier way. And I want to conclude with a sentence that I often share with my clients. It doesn't have to be hard, but if it was easy, everyone will do it. Find your middle ground and do what makes you happy. Ciao, ciao. I'll see you in the next video.